And if this video does well and gets to about 50 likes, I'll review and break down the entire album. I mean, at this point, I might as well make 6 of these videos. I mean, if I would have known that a Weeknd video would be like my best performing video, I would have made this like a year ago. What's up, everybody? Stevie Tavano here, the internet's busiest nerd. Okay, the internet's second busiest nerd. Okay, I'm just a normal guy that likes music, alright? And if you like music too, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Also, and you know the drill, if you like listening to The Weeknd or you like drinking tea, go ahead and leave a like on this video for me. Now, I am a man of my word and I try to not disappoint the many subscribers that I do have. And thank you, by the way. I remember the time when I was like trying to get to 100 subscribers. Hashtag help a brother get monetized. And share my videos. I need 1,000 subscribers and 4K watch hours. I'm almost there, so help me get there. But that's not the point of this video. I'm here to review, explain, and give my opinion on the Weeknd's After Hours album. I know, I'm late. Some may say it's CP time. That may be true. But another man also said it's better late than never. Okay, so before getting into the actual project, let's talk about The Weeknd. The Weeknd is a 30-year-old singer and songwriter from Toronto, Canada. Shout out to all my Canadians out there. But the guy is known for heavily influencing contemporary R&B and multiple artists. And from the beginning of his career in 2010, he was able to have major success throughout his entire career. Even though he grew up being raised by his grandmother, his mother, and not having an actual father figure in his life. He mentioned that he saw him vaguely when he was 6, and then again when he was 11 or 12, and then he had a new family and kids, and then from that point he didn't even know where he lived. He said he wasn't abusive, he wasn't an alcoholic, he wasn't an asshole, but he just wasn't there. Come on, man, we need to do better. I bet his father now wishes that he's a part of his life. But he actually quoted that his influences are Michael Jackson, Prince, and R. Kelly, but we gonna forget about the last one. And you can see that heavy influence along with his upbringing, listening to music like soul, hip hop, funk, rock, and post-punk in literally all of his music. And fast forward to now, that whole entire range of just greatness just formed into a whole other range of sound with this After Hours project. Transition. After Hours was actually released last year back in March, and it has a large range of producers like Dahilia, Billy Angel, Max Martin, Metro Boomin, and OPN, those who he have previously worked with in the past. Oh, and check out this new cup I got. You know what I'm saying? Let me get this right for you. Ooh, you see that? You see the music notes? Ooh, that's on tough. The standard project itself has no features, and it explores promiscuity, overindulgence, and self-loathing. Now, prior to the album's release, The Weeknd actually mentioned that this project will face a lot of different styles compared to his predecessor, Starboy. And music journalist has noted this project as a artistic reinvention because it brings in so many different introductions to new wave and dream pop influences for The Weeknd. Now, the artwork itself is described as psychedelic and inspired by various films like Casino 1995, Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas 1998, The Joker, and Uncut Gems. Now, supporting the album, he actually released 4 different singles: Heartless, Blinding Lights, In Your Eyes, and Save Your Tears, with the first 2 singles actually topping the US Billboard Hot 100 charts, and both receiving platinum certification. Other things to note is this project actually broke some records. It broke the record for the most global pre-ads for Apple, with over 1.02 million users. And it's also accounted for The Weeknd's 4th #1 album in the US. Now, after listening to this album, I can see why this project has so much success. And I can see why the critics are actually giving the title of it's his best album and most accomplished of his already impressive career. Was this his best album? I don't know. You let me know in the comment section. But first, let's talk about how the album actually correlates with the storyline of the videos and the character for the album cover. Now, the story starts beginning with the Heartless video and continuing through Blinding Lights, After Hours, In Your Eyes, and Until I Bleed Out. Now, all of these videos are meant to correlate to show really the artist one bad night. And the videos are meant for the audience to really come up with their own interpretation of what that night is. The Weeknd mentioned that he went full-on film geek, referencing in Chinatown with the broken nose, Jacob's Ladder with the subway, Dressed to Kill with the elevator, and After Hours, a Martin Scorsese's 1985 film him as an obvious influence. Now, if you're familiar with the film After Hours, it is a comedy, and though the concept of The Weeknd seemed very dark, it's kind of funny at the same time, delivering a different animated light, giving off the mass inspiration with falling over and multiple laughing vibes in some of the videos. He mentioned that the music is more of a soundtrack for the videos, or my favorite term, a musical score. So though it's not a direct correlation in each entire video, there are still stories told in the singles, but the bigger story is the album itself. Now, the album is called After Hours for many reasons. The main reasons is these are all the thoughts and emotions that he experienced and think about late at night, similar to how the videos are. All one night, going through so many different types of emotions. And then obviously when you think about it, the second influence is the movie itself. I mean, obviously it's the title of the album. Now let's go song by song. Alone Again serves as a opener for the album. In this track, he actually addresses the substance abuse issue that he had, an overdose scare that actually lured him into reminding him who he was, which ultimately drew him out of that problem. I love the production, I love the Twinkie synthesizers that eventually transitions to a more harder hitting beat with drowning bass and aggressive drums. Now, Too Late is more fast-paced, and it's a synthetic song that features the blame-taking theme that's shown throughout the entire album, asking for forgiveness from his lover and to come live a full life of sin with him. The production is phenomenal, and it's definitely one of my faves. Now, in Hardest to Love, he reminisces some of his past behaviors in a relationship, blaming himself for the ending. I personally love the production, I love the liquid drums and bass, which is really popular in electronica, but uniquely enough, it rarely appears in mainstream pop. Now, Scared to Live is actually a ballad that talks about how a tragic breakup left his lover doubting love. Now, in Snow Child, he actually addresses his past, talking about how fast he came up, and then also the past vices like drugs and women that only just wanted him because he blew up. Now, if you're not aware, Snow is a reference to cocaine, which was huge in his past life. Escape from LA is one of the album's most darkest moments, addressing his partner and her infidelity within the relationship. He talks about the rocky relationship strives to the fast-paced environment of LA. And he concludes the song saying that the two must get out of LA to really live a quality life together. And the title of the song itself is a reference to John Carpenter's post-apocalyptic Colts 90s film. Now, Heartless actually featured a video where The Weeknd is intoxicated and gambles and smokes with Metro Boomin, and Caesar's Palace with some extremely blinded lights. While Faith features The Weeknd exploring his usual themes of partying over, of course, a Metro Boomin beat. He also opens up again about his drug addiction and compares the act of getting high to someone losing their religion. I love the ambient synths, and I also love the sirens throughout this track. Now, Blinding Lights hands down is my favorite song, and I see why this song is so popular. And it talks about how he finds himself constantly in a state of distraction, where he only gets relief from his significant other. It's a electro pop track with a lot of 80s style synth and electronic dance similar to the vibes that's given within Starboy. Now, In Your Eyes, The Weeknd is more vulnerable, giving up to the feelings that he see in his lover and how she makes him feel. A lot of disco vibes. And you already know I love the saxophone, which is actually performed by Thomas Johnson. Now, in Save Your Tears, he pretty much addresses his past relationship, and of course I already reviewed the music video to this track. If you missed it, boom, go ahead and check that out right now and come back to this video. Now, Repeat After Me is the only interlude on the album, and he talks about brainwashing his lover into taking him back, even though she's already with another man. Now, After Hours actually addresses a past relationship that ended in a heartbreak, and it serves as a apology letter for his past transgressions, and he uses as a way desiring reconciliation. And lastly, Until I Bleed Out is the end of the journey. His body runs out of blood, and he gave every last effort and emotion that he could to the adventures that he experienced throughout the album, leaving him unable to keep pushing for that relationship, which he constantly talked about within the album. Now, he mentioned that he wanted this album to be very concise, very direct, but he also wanted to leave us wanting more, and then from there wanting us to realize, hey, what's next? And to be honest with you, this track does exactly that. But overall opinion, I had to give this album a 9 out of 10. Very solid, very solid. It's actually my first The Weeknd album. I enjoyed listening to it. It sounds so complete, an amazing project, and I'm looking forward to what's coming next. Apparently his next album is supposed to be about the Black Lives Matter movement. I don't know, but we're gonna see. Until then, let me know in the comment section how y'all felt about the album. Let me know what I should review next. And your only limitations are those in your own mind. Stevie TV out.